Hi, I'm not yet dead, and welcome back to Erlengrat. So, it's still raining, as you can see. I managed to clear up our little incident from last time. Already the hay bales are no longer full. I hope now that they're dry and under cover, they'll be all right. There's a risk that they'll keep disappearing, but they are hay, not grass still, so fingers crossed. But either way, we better use those first. This meadow, I just checked, I think is ready for harvest. Unfortunately, so is the lower part of the bigger field. The top part isn't. I just leased a slurry spreader, but I haven't got that much slurry, but we might do a little bit of slurry because, you know, even if we run out of slurry manure, we could spread some inorganic fertilizer, and actually I suppose I could lime it. I wouldn't in the rain, but you know what, although we're doing seasons, I'm not necessarily playing that realistically. And technically, I suppose that straw bale shouldn't be in there, but because it's in the spreader, it won't, again, it also won't break down, so it's not too big a deal. And actually, not sure why I'm coming around here, actually. I'm just chatting and not thinking. And actually, we've still got a little bit of manure in the manure spreader and a little bit more manure to use. So actually, between the manure and the slurry, should be all right. I just want to use the slurry spreader, to be honest. You know, I suppose actually if I stop giving them straw, we'll get more slurry. So that would be a sensible idea, because of course we're playing seasons. So, yeah, I've actually got a food mixer. Our silage is ready. We've got straw, we've got hay. I just figured we may as well. I can't remember the capacity of this one, actually. Let's put the old healthy menu on. It doesn't tell us, of course it doesn't. Least items, which we are now amassing quite a number. Let's see. There we go. How big is it? 16,000 litres. So for each of silage and hay leaves us 8. So it will need to be 2 hay bales, 6,000 litres of silage, and 2,000. Oh no, we can't, because we've only got. We might just do it in 12,000 litres, to be honest. Bale of straw, bale of hay, 4,000 litres of silage, or something like that. Anyway, so that's one job. I might leave that for a minute, because actually, while the grass is sorry, I'm not thinking now. While the grass is not yet growing or not yet ready to harvest, it would make sense to lime it. What have we got in here? Lime. Well, that's lucky. What have we got in these? Fertilizer. That's less lucky. Yeah, all right. So we might need to buy some lime, but let's, you know, if we do what we can, it'll help. That's all. I know you wouldn't normally lime in the rain, but at least the spreader's got a cover. Unlike the tractor. But there you go. What are you going to do? So we'll do a little bit of lime till we run out. I suppose I could go down the store, to be honest, and get some more. I'll do that off screen if I do, obviously. Still trying to keep these a little bit shorter than average. Let's go. To be fair, of course, I'd use less lime if I had precision farming on, but I'm afraid that I don't. But there you go, we'll see how we get on. So yeah, so we'll get it limed. We can get some muck spreading done, maybe go and get the slurry spreader and use that as well. Actually, a very small amount. Either it's already grown too much, or I haven't cut it, or it's not considered to be part of the field, but it's actually not liming all the way up to where I've cut, so it clearly just isn't part of the field, I guess. There's the field boundary, but that's all right. So bits of it, I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, but every little helps, as they say, as some people say. Other supermarket chains are available. But yeah, so yeah, actually I've not been back on here for a while. I've been distracted trying to build up. Well, actually, I was focusing on some UK trains to try and support the community challenge, and also actually doing a bit more than average recording on Riverside, just to get us a bit of a buffer on that one as well. So yeah, so not been on here for a little while, but yeah, I mean, it's still raining. There's not a mass we can do, to be fair. I don't remember if I've got contract in play. I might have to have a look. Actually, this hasn't done too bad. We're clearly not going to do the lot, but so be it, you know. It's actually not bad at all. Yeah, so we'll just, you know, there's dry weather forecast. We're in early summer, so we should get at least one more cut out of this field, but all the grass actually. We'll keep doing some contracting just to keep the cows going. I mean, we're halfway through our playthrough, really, ultimately. This is a year in Erlengrat, so there's no point in doing too much on the map. I've got other things I'm trying to do. This was just a little add-on. And anyway, I'm looking forward to having another look at this when it comes out on FS22. So, you know, again, I may not play it fully then either, but I'll certainly be playing it a little bit just to see what changes have been made in it. Yeah, FarmCon was a load of fun. That was really good. I thought that was really well done this year, actually. I don't know what you all thought. I think there's some interesting stuff coming. So it'll be good fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, switch that off. Do that tiny little bit. Can we just get? No, we're not gonna have enough, are we? There we go. We're out. Right. I may then run down to the store, fill this up, and carry on. So I refilled it, only put 6,000 litre in just 3 pallets. It shouldn't take much to do what's left. I mean, I'll need it another time, I'm sure, but for today's job, it's plenty, should be. More than actually, I think. Probably 1 pallet would have been enough actually at the speed it's going down. There's actually very little left really, just to fill in these little bits. And then there's a tiny little bit at the other end of the field. It's like I missed a spot. There we go. It's finally stopped raining. It was still spitting as I drove back from the store, but it's not long stopped, so still a bit of grey cloud about. It's brightening up. I don't need to be overly dramatic about making sure I've covered every single little bit. That bit it won't cover anyway, because it looks like for some reason I never cut it. I'm not sure why. But there you go. Maybe I just missed it. Yeah, because bits that are ready to harvest, it won't line. It doesn't, but I can live with it. It's fine. The tiny little bits that we're going to miss here and there will make very little impact on, and you can see the full shape of the field. It's quite interesting actually. Cool. Yeah, and this grass here, I mean, it doesn't really look like it, but it says it's ready to harvest. It's only at sort of first harvest stage, so I guess it'll grow a bit more, so we can leave it. So, next thing to do, I probably don't want to risk not getting the grass fertilised. I already missed getting the first bit of that field refertilised after I'd cut it. The field at the bottom is also ready to harvest. Oh wow, look where I emptied that. Oh, lights. Oh, yeah. Where I emptied the fertiliser into. Oops. Yeah, so this first bit of the field is, this first field here is also ready to harvest, but again, it's only in its first stage, and that did get full fertilisation. This bit didn't, but this bit we've got a chance to fertilise, and of course, we are on seasons, so it needs 3 levels of fertilisation. So, for sake of argument, I think, yeah, I'm not even arguing actually. whether to, in this video, just focus on feeding the cows, and maybe we'll fertilize the field in the next one. We should have time. We should have time. We've not long cut it. So let's do that then. So what we'll need to start with is the lint track. And we can start off by actually cleaning up what's here and putting that straight in. Oops, sorry. Didn't leave that very well parked, did I? Oh, come on, seriously. There we go. 4-wheel steer tractor, swing it round, all good. So we can get that in. Mind you, to be fair, I could have topped it up anyway, but a little bit extra won't hurt. So let's get that in. It's a bit grey, so let's have a little bit of light on the subject. And what do we say? So this is 1,000 litres, so we need 4 of these. It's just under 1,000 litres, but that's fine. Actually, it's quite advantageous then that we put that extra in. And then just 1 each of hay and 1 of straw, and that'll be 1 load. I don't know how much they need. It shouldn't be much. Seasons doesn't need as much food because you have to feed the animals. I think it's every 2 days or every 3 days every season. I can't remember exactly how it works. I think it's I'm on every 2 days on no man's land. But that's 6-day seasons. We're on 3-day seasons here. But I don't think that means it'll need doing every day. That would be a little excessive. But what it means is it won't take as much as it might do otherwise. If we were on base game, I think your feed troughs last for 6 days and they need a lot more food. So actually, food mixing on base game actually takes quite a lot of doing if you've got any number of cows, as you'll have noticed if you watched any of my recent videos on Riverside, where I've got, I think it's 40 cows or something. So this is bucket number 3. But yeah, because we're on seasons, we shouldn't need too much. So, which is fine, because actually that means we've got enough silage here for our entire playthrough. We need to keep an eye on those silage bales that we took off that field, so that we ensure we are, when they're ready, we go sell them, make us a little bit of money. But in this, this playthrough is not about the money. It's about playing the game. I'm playing through the seasons in Erlengrat, right? That's all it is. 1 year, so we get some snow, and that'll be it. And then maybe we'll do it, so as I said earlier, maybe we'll do a bigger playthrough on 22 when it comes out. There we go. I want to sell some milk at some point. We could go and sell it at the chocolate factory or at the cheese factory. Right, so if I drop off the bucket, grab the baleful, I won't put any more straw in. I want to get some more slurry before we go crazy getting more manure. We've used the manure spreader quite a bit. I'd quite like to use the slurry spreader a little bit too. A little bit doddery doing that, that's okay. Right, I think we'd best use, I mentioned, I don't know how well these are going to last, these hay bales, and reality is I think some of the ones actually in the other shed are also from the ones that I picked up. I only wanted one. Needs be, I'll do some more mixing. Yeah, you see 3,803 rather than your 4,000 because it was getting wet. Be interesting to see whether they get smaller, to be honest, whether they keep disappearing because they've been wet, or whether we'll get away with it. I don't know. We might actually put a couple of hay bales in because it should still give us a proper mix, and one straw bale, you know, equal quantities of all three might not be a good mix, so we might need one more bale of, or one more quantity of, we could put one more hay bale in. That will take us up to 16. Slightly less, obviously, because the hay bales aren't quite 4,000. We could always top it up with some silage if it needs it as well. But let's have a look and see how the mix is at this point. Don't leave your spikes up there, but never mind. Right, so let's quickly put the thing on. Right, I've got too much straw, but it looks like I've got sufficient capacity to put another hay bale in. So actually that would work really nicely, and that should give us good mix. So again, like I said, I think some of these ones in the front of this shed here, they're actually, yeah, you can tell. I stacked those because look at the state they're in. They're not nice and neat like the ones that were in the game when we started. Let's get rid of this odd one on this corner. How much have we lost of that one through the rain, through them getting stuck on the roof? Not quite as much, but still 100 litres. And if there's space, we could always put a little bit, another scoop of silage in. You know? Oh, no, not quite. Sorry. Poor distance judgment. There we go. Right, so let's then just leave the bale fork here. So it's going to be a while. I could move actually the for levels of realism, I probably ought to move the bale shredder and put it on the cover, given it's got a bale in it. But I'm less worried about realism on this one, to be fair. So before we put some more in, let's just have a quick look. I mean, a bit more silage isn't going to hurt. It's not going to take more than I can put. We can get another 400 litres. So you know, oh, how did that happen? So you know what? Let's do that. Nicely done. What we got left? 68,000 litres. I think we'll have enough silage. So yes, we can definitely sell the barrels. The bales. Roll out the bale barrels. That'll be it. Thank you very much. I'll leave that because I might make some more. Yes, and I've left the lights on. It's fine. Lovely. Total mixed ration. Right. I really must use this tractor on another map. I just haven't decided which one yet. There we go. Unload. Sadly on the wrong side. No, we can't have that. Hang on. There we go. That's better. And there we go. So let's check out our cows. How are we doing? Total mixed ration. Ooh, we've got 20,000 litres of milk to sell. We should definitely sell some milk then. So they've got hay silage left. They've got grass left. And actually they've still got straw. So how come they're producing slurry? I'm sure they've made some since last time. Well, either way, I won't put any more in. That's right, they shouldn't be making both. Anyway, yes, need a little bit of water at some point. Plenty left, so there's no rush to mix some more. Actually, I don't want to leave that there, do I? That would be wrong. Right, let's get rid of that. Okay, let's find somewhere to go put this. And to be honest, I may not need to make any more TMR either. Oh well, there you go. I'm starting to run out of a little bit of space. I guess, to be fair, I don't really need both of those tankers, actually. I could get rid of the smaller Joskin. I don't particularly need it. Oh, mind you, base game. Owned items. Yeah, it will take water and milk, so that's fine. So yeah, to be honest, the Joskin's a little bit meaningless. Slightly easier to use, to be sure, but not strictly necessary. So I might remove that, and then I might fill up the milk tanker. Because actually, sorry, going straight back in. 8,000 litres. Okay, so yeah, could be 8,000 litres to the milk, 8,000 litres to the cheese, and we've still got some left. Factories, that is. Factories, that is. Boy. Good. How are prices? It's the end of the episode. I'm just randomly thinking, doing stuff. Milk. Grey Mill, 1974. Kasarai Erlengrat, the cheese factory, 1949. Price at the Chocolatia is actually the lowest, but it's going up, and they're all very similar, really. So it's going up. So yeah, I think a visit to the cheese factory at the beginning of the next episode, more cheese, grommet, would be the thing. But there you go. Did I switch it off? It's kind of hard to tell. I did. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed it. Another little quick visit to Erlengrat. If you did, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you next time, where we'll do some manure spreading and some slurry spreading to get our grass field back up to scratch, so to speak. And well, I guess we'll figure out what we do with our pastures next. We might have some more equipment that we haven't used yet. In fact, actually, what I'll do with this straight away is take it round so it's ready to load up the manure spreader. But yeah, so we need to think about what else we could do, what equipment I haven't used yet, that kind of jazz. And that, you know, once we've got the bigger grass field finished spreading with, you know, getting it ready and fully growing properly, then we'll see what we can do with... Oh, actually, I know what we need to do next. I know exactly what we need to do next, actually. Yeah, see what equipment we haven't used and do that next. Anyway, I'll stop wittering. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.